She had always been at his side ever since childhood.
She was his childhood crush and only high school sweetheart, but she was dating the popular kid in high school. Together, they visited a genetic laboratory where he was bitten by a genetically engineered super spider, acquiring superhuman strength.
But he was an outcast due to his strength, once knocking a family's cow out of the cart, destroying the town square, and causing his classmates to make fun of him.
Eventually, he takes control of his strength, saving the city by night and hosting extravagant birthday parties by day.
At this point, he begins heavily training. While fighting a centaur, he hears a damsel in distress.
The damsel in distress, the virginal girl, admits she has a crush on him, who has saved her on numerous occasions.
I love you so much.
Meanwhile, he continues saving the world, fighting off a hydra and killing the monster by causing a landslide.
After he saves her from several men in an alley, she realizes how much he cares for her, and the couple share an iconic kiss.
The villain learns of the love between the superhero and the girl, and offers the superhero that he give up 24 hours of strength so that he can save the girl's life. He accepts, losing his strength, and is shocked to realize that the girl is working for the villain.
The villain then kidnaps the girl and holds her over the Queensboro Bridge, telling him that he must choose between her and a group of children caught in the Roosevelt Island tram car.
Thieves chase her in the subway at night. He arrives just in time to save her.
It turns out he is able to save both the children and the girl, seemingly living happily ever after.
But then the villain unleashes the Titans, who climb Olympus and capture the gods, while Cyclops goes to Thebes to kill him.
He is a status symbol. His body and his wealth are alluring for models and the media. But he still isn't happy. He wants his girl.
She is crushed by a falling pillar, saving the superhero from it all, allowing him to regain his strength.
In the end, they have defeated the villain, and they share a final kiss.
These are three completely different plots of movies, all involving superheroes. But the story arc is largely the same. There's a beautiful girl and an awkward guy who attains superhuman powers.
He can't have the girl until he starts saving the world. But the villain realizes that the girl is the superhero's biggest weakness, so he uses her as bait.
Of course, the superhero wins. His prize is not being lauded by city officials for protecting their town, or the intrinsic joy of knowing he just saved children, but the girl. His prize? The final kiss with her. And it's not just these three films that follow the same plotline. Tons of films follow this arc. There's the sexy girl,
who happens to be the damsel in distress.
But luckily he saves the world, allowing him to win her and the kiss.
As a woman watching these movies, what hope do I have?
am I destined to be a damsel in distress for the rest of my life?
Does this mean I need a man to save me?
Luckily for us, that's not entirely the case. Recently, Hollywood's superhero industry has strayed away from the stereotypical plotline and given women more prominent roles.
The Incredibles is a superhero movie that follows a completely different plotline. It's not about the male superhero getting the girl, but instead using superhero strengths to not only save the world, but strengthen the bond of a family.
I'm at the top of my game. I'm right up there with the big dogs. Girls, come on. Leave the saving of the world to the men? I don't think so.
The super couple, Mr. and Mrs. Incredible, are both equally powerful, and they rely on each other to fight the bad guy.
And even the 2012 remake of Spider-Man gives the leading lady more of a position of power. While she's not a superhero herself, she's a confident, feisty one who has a high-powered position at Oscorp, allowing Peter Parker to explore the lab. Without her, he wouldn't have gotten his superpowers in the first place. And if Gwen hadn't been the scientific genius that she is, she never would have created the antidote to stop the villain and help Peter save the city.
On the whole, superhero movies tend to perpetuate gender stereotypes. The idea of a woman as weak and helpless, the man as a powerful superhero, and the woman as a prize to the man for saving the world from the villain.
But that doesn't have to be the case anymore.
We encourage filmmakers to create and fans to watch movies that give women more dominant roles in superhero films. Create less passive roles for these females and let them be the rock and stars they are.
A woman is more than just a love interest.
Since the first stories of superheroes have been created, a woman's role in society